Hey guys, Mike Builds. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing this Super Empower 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. This battery is rated at 100 amps continuous discharge. You can charge it at 100 amps. It has a 100 amp BMS. They rate it at 4,000 charge and discharge cycles. It also has low temperature charging protection. It's also a mini size battery. Here it is compared to a standard size 100 amp hour battery, a group 31. Quite a bit smaller, but the same amount of capacity in a smaller package, so that's nice. And this battery sells for around $170 on Amazon, but you can also buy it directly from the website, and they do often go on sale. So my goal in this video is to test this thing out, see what the quality of the battery is. We're gonna fully charge it, then we're gonna do a capacity test to see how many amp hours we actually get out of the battery. Then we're gonna do a high current load test where we're gonna put over 100 amps, maybe even 200 amps to see if the BMS will shut down and make sure that feature actually works. Then we're gonna take the battery apart, we're gonna test the low temp charging function. We're going to take a look at the BMS, the cells, how they put the battery together, and kind of come up with our own conclusion about the build quality and if it's worth the money or not. In the box, you also get your manual, you also get a quick start guide. I also say this has a 5-year warranty. Obviously, I don't know how easy it would be to actually warranty the battery, but they do put 5 years, so that's a little bit of peace of mind, assuming you can get it warranted very easily. And the battery itself probably weighs about 20 pounds, so not too heavy. Here's what the back side looks like. And then on top here, you get another sticker, and it also goes over the same stats we just went over, as well as voltages. In order to fully charge the battery, we're gonna use this 10 amp battery charger. And we have a red LED blinking. So once this thing's fully charged, we're gonna start our capacity test. All right guys, we got the battery fully charged. As y'all can see, we're at 14.6 volts. I did go ahead and reset our meter to 100%, and I zeroed all the data out, so this thing's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the charger. Now we're gonna put a 20 amp load on the battery, and that's gonna be our 0.2 C rate discharge. And there we go. I'm using a charge verter to put the load on, and I can't get it any lower than 24, so we're just gonna run the test at 24 amps. Should take about 5 hours to complete the test, so once it's over, I'll show you guys the results. Our capacity test just finished up, and it looks like we logged 100.54 amp hours. We still have 11 volts, but the inverter actually shut down, so we may be able to squeeze a little bit more out of the battery, but for the most part, it's pretty much dead. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fully charge the battery so we can do a high current discharge test. All right, we have a 95 amp base load using a battery charger. Now I'm gonna turn the heater on low. I got us to, that's 180 amps. It's 230 amps, 40, 250. That's pretty crazy, 250 amps. I guess I'm gonna shut it down. Actually, we're gonna let it run for a second. Cables are pretty warm. We were able to pull over 250 amps out of this battery, which is actually very impressive for the battery this size, but it's also concerning because the high amperage discharge disconnect function doesn't seem to work. Pretty common, we see that a lot on the cheaper batteries. Anyways, let's move on to the teardown. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, there's kind of a first look. They double up the negative wires. Looks like we have 2 8 gauge wires and 1 6 gauge wire for the positive terminal. We have a pretty generic looking BMS with big foam pads to keep the cover from compressing on it. And it is bolt style, no solder joints there. They did put some goop on the balance wires, and those are also sheathed. We have a temp sensor right there. It is touching the cells. We're gonna have to pull that off and test the low temperature disconnect. I'm gonna try to pull the whole pack out of the case so we can get a better look at it. All right, the whole pack appears to be glued from the bottom, so I actually cannot get this out. I've been trying to wrench it out of the case. There's really nowhere safe to pry without damaging anything, so I'm gonna try to show you guys as much detail as I can without having to take the whole pack out. You guys can see it uses the shipping strap style compression method with these reinforcements on the corners to prevent the corners from getting squished. So that's not a bad way to do it. I prefer a metal fixture personally, but I think it's a step up from reinforced tape. The BMS is also very secure. We've seen very bad BMS placement in the past, so that seems to be okay. There appears to be a sticker underneath this cover for the cell, so I'm sure that kind of tells us what kind of cells these are, but unfortunately that's covered up by the strap and the reinforcement little corner deal. Well, since I can't show much more than that, I'm gonna go ahead and rip the temp sensor off, and we're gonna dip this in some freezing water and see if the low temp charging protection works. Oh, look at that. The charger went green, which means it actually works. So now I'm gonna take the probe out and warm it back up. See if it starts charging again. There it goes, it's starting to charge again, so that actually works. Okay guys, what's the verdict on the Super Empower? What do you guys think about it? It did pull just over 100 amp hours, which I would like to see at least 102, 103 amp hours because the battery is gonna pull the most amount of capacity when it's brand new. I would have liked to see a little bit more. High current discharge did not kick in. We pulled over 250 amps, which could be dangerous in a battery this small, but when we took it apart and I felt everything, nothing felt hot. So it appears to be well built enough to handle it. Obviously, I would not advise you guys pulling over 100 amps out of a battery like this. Even if it can take it, you're gonna drastically shorten the life of the battery. At the same time though, you could probably use this in a golf cart or something like that where you have a huge peak of power and then it kind of simmers down a little bit. It would definitely work for that. Low temp discharge protection works. Verified that, worked really good actually. The build quality is all right for the price in my opinion. BMS is attached really well. The cells appear to be really well compressed. Nothing was loose inside the case. I wish I could have gotten the whole pack out, but I unfortunately would have had to destroy the whole battery, and I don't really want to do that because I do want to actually use this thing a little bit more. But that's really it, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this battery. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I haven't heard of this company before. Hopefully they're actually going to stick around, but you guys already know there's a ton of different battery manufacturers out there, or a ton of different companies, I should say. There's probably very few manufacturers, and they all just relabel the same stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this battery, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.